Why is it called Mass Effect? Usually, the title of a story represents the content and not some random element within the story. For example, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Star Wars is about various wars among the stars, and Two Girls, One Cup is about Venus and Serena Williams competing for a trophy. At least that's what my friends tell me. I don't really know anything about tennis. But if I asked you what Mass Effect was about, you'd probably say that it's about a military commander uniting the galaxy, stopping an alien invasion, and awkward, out-of-character dancing in space clubs. Just stop, Shepard. No one wants to see that. But you wouldn't say that it's about the Mass Effect. And that is a finger-licking shame, because once you're aware of it, it becomes very clear that the entire series was supposed to be about its namesake, the Mass Effect, this scientific breakthrough that changed life in the Milky Way. So grab your Metagel and calibrate your rifles, because this save file is all about the Mass Effect. It's not unheard of for a series to go in a different direction than its first installment. Take Star Wars Episodes 1 through 3, for example. Once you've heard the argument for why Jar Jar Binks was supposed to be a Master Sith, not only will Episode 1 almost redeem itself, if it weren't for those damn midichlorians, but the name Phantom Menace finally makes sense, because Jar Jar, the Sith Master, is the Phantom Menace. But presumably, George Lucas decided not to go that direction once he realized how much audiences hated him.
Could Jar Jar have evolved into that? I think the answer is yes. Because of the backlash, and rightfully so, Lucasfilm backed off of Jar Jar a lot.
Well, it's not hard to imagine why Mass Effect stopped being about the Mass Effect. After the first game was hugely successful, a certain publisher exerted its influence and likely opted to make the game more accessible for the masses. The masses, get? Because the Mass Effect? Because the mass. Anyways, this isn't to say it's a bad game. It's still an amazing game, but it could have been so much more if it didn't fall back on the tired old trope, unwavering good guy defeats beings who like doing evil for the sake of doing evil.
You represent chaos. We represent order.
I killed Sovereign. And now you.
God, so cheesy. So cheesy. I mean, that's really why the ending sucked. Over the course of an entire trilogy, they explain away the Reaper's motivations in one line of dialogue.
Without us to stop it, synthetics would destroy all organics.
Well, in the first game, before the writing was dumbed down for us stupid old consumers, lots of clues were dropped that hint at the overarching theme, not the least of which is the title of the series. To understand why the Mass Effect would be motivation for the Reapers, you need to have a decent understanding of what it is. So, here's your crash course. A Mass Effect field increases or decreases the mass of a volume of space-time when you apply an electric current to a fictional element called Element Zero. So you could, for example, drastically reduce the mass of a spaceship so that it takes less energy to propel it, allowing for fast and cheap space travel. That application alone is revolutionary, as anyone who's ever played Kerbal Space Program could tell you. But of course, the people of the Mass Effect universe use it for just about everything. And small side note, Element Zero is a stupid name because an element's atomic number, in this case 0, corresponds to the number of protons in its nucleus, and an element with 0 protons means it's just a collection of one or more other subatomic particles, thus making it not an element. Anyways, this interaction between electricity and Element Zero releases dark energy. Now, that's all fiction written for the game, but here's the real science. Dark energy is the name given to something, a force, if you will, that surrounds us and penetrates us and binds the universe together. I'm not kidding. Scientists in real life believe that dark energy comprises 68.3%, the majority of energy in the universe today. There's just a blanket coat of dark energy evenly distributed through every point of space, and it's theoretically responsible for the acceleration of the expansion of the universe. So, back to the game's fiction. When you create a Mass Effect field, you are creating an unnaturally dense pocket of this energy that is prematurely aging and basically destroying the universe. There's even a reference to a star that is aging much faster than normal, and they discover that this is somehow being caused by the Mass Effect. So to prevent this from happening, the Reapers are kinda, sorta killing all intelligent life in the galaxy. They said it themselves, the Reapers are organic life salvation. They are doing what they think is necessary to save all life. Of course, in the ending of Mass Effect 3, they explain that Reapers, AIs, are killing all intelligent life because organics will eventually create an advanced enough AI that will destroy all life, not just intelligent life, which is weird, backwards, and doesn't make a lot of sense. However, they never mention the motivation or the method of this eventual betrayal. It's still possible for the series to come full circle in Mass Effect Andromeda and explain how, I don't know, synthetics recognize organics' rampant use of these inherently dangerous Mass Effect fields, and that's why they want to wipe them out in this inevitable conflict that the Catalyst was referring to. But I wouldn't hold my breath. As we've seen from EA, focusing on unwavering evil forces makes more money than scientific principles. The point is, a framework is laid out in Mass Effect 1 that, while downplayed throughout the rest of the series, continues to appear as a recurring theme. Shepard was trying to save the galaxy from the Reapers, but the Reapers were a tool to save the fabric of the universe from the inevitable damage caused by widespread use of the Mass Effect, and that is why the series is called Mass Effect.